How's it going, guys? I'm going to talk today about what North Korea is up to and how South Korea should respond, okay? South Korea has recently condemned North Korea's ICBM launch, and they said their patience is running out with North Korea, and that if North Korea keeps this up, President Moon Jae-in said he's not going to negotiate with North Koreans. It's not like the Sunshine Policy, where it was just unconditional engagement and unconditional aid. Before I go any further, during the Sunshine Policy, there were two clashes in the West Sea, 1999 and in 2002. And then North Korea tested one of their nuclear weapons in 2006. And then also North Korea, there was a North Korean spy ship that got caught in a South Korean fisherman's net. And the spies were caught trying to infiltrate South Korea, and they were arrested. And also during the Sunshine Policy, South Koreans freed the North Korean spies that tried to infiltrate South Korea. It was over a span of 20, 30 years that North Korea was trying to infiltrate South Korea. But North Korea went down to South Korea and abducted South Koreans. They abducted a lot of South Korean fishermen, and also they went to Hong Kong and kidnapped Shin Sang-ok and Chae Eun-hee, legendary actress and a legendary South Korean filmmaker. Okay, and there was no talks of North Korea releasing the people they abducted. Okay, so between 1910 and 1945, Japan brutally occupied the entire Korean peninsula. What North Korea is trying to do on these missile launches, they're launching them at Japan, and this latest ICBM missile landed in Japan's exclusive economic zone, landed in their definite territorial waters. Here is what North Korea is trying to do. They're trying to launch their missiles at Japan to have minimal or neutral responses from South Korea, because there's still some bad blood between South Korea and Japan, but it has gotten better. South Korea and Japan, their intelligence agencies trade intelligence without the United States present, and that's a good step in the right direction, and that needs to happen, okay? It was horrible between 1910 and 1945. Also, in Korea's 5,000-year history, they've been invaded by foreigners 1,800 times. I get that. But all that was then, and this is now, okay? It's like during the Imjin War, yes, in the 1500s, late 1500s, early 1600s, Japanese soldiers cut off some ears of Korean soldiers, and they took them back to Japan. They buried those ears. But in the 1990s, the Japanese government unburied those ears and handed them back to the Korean government. That's how much things have changed, okay? Now, so what South Korea needs to do is they need to condemn this launch as they have and stand with Japan in this, continue to share intelligence as well. Because North Korea, as you saw what happened during the Sunshine Policy, they don't care about South Korea. They don't consider South Koreans their brothers. They want South Koreans to think that North Koreans see them as brothers. So if North Korea attacks South Korea, South Korea will try to engage in a limited war and not a complete, total, aggressive war. And that is dangerous because North Korea does not see South Koreans as their brothers, okay? Because everybody saw what happened during the Sunshine Policy. North Korea took, and they didn't make any changes to their government. They didn't make any changes to their economic infrastructure or anything like that, okay? Japan is not going to attack Korea again and occupy Korea as a whole. They're not going to do that to South Korea. Let me explain why. And they'll only do that to North Korea if North Korea attacks them, okay? And if the United States will be the leading force in that war, it won't be Japan. Because Japan, okay, Article 9 in Japan's new constitution, in their pacifist constitution, prohibits Japan from declaring war. And Japan cannot have a strong military. Their military is good, tough, and efficient, but it's very small. They can't have a large military. Okay? Number two, the United States is not going to let Japan do that. Okay? And because Japan can't have a large military, Japanese know they need the U.S. bases there for their protection, not just against North Korea, but against China and Russia too. And they don't want the U.S. to pull out of Japan. Number three. All right, go with number three. It's very close to number two. But number three, even let's say Article 9 does get revoked, as Shinzo Abe wants to do. Okay, if Article 9 gets repealed and Japan can wage war and they can have a strong military, those things take time to build up. Okay, those things take time to build up, and Japan is not going to build that up overnight. That's going to take a lot of time. So And the U.S. has been in Japan for a long time now. They know what's going on. So Japan knows they can't get away with anything if they try to pull what they pulled in World War II. But they're not going to do that because they saw what happened during World War II and they don't want to go back to that. They've changed. They have a democratically elected government now. They have a democratic system of government. And they have given money to the comfort women. I know people have argued if it's been enough or not, but they have given money to the Korean comfort women for that situation, and that's definitely a step in the right direction. So, North Korea wants to see South Korea and Japan divided on all this. That's why they're launching their missiles at Japan, and they want that to be a distraction for the U.S. to try to get South Korea and Japan to shake hands and get South Korea and Japan to get along instead of focusing on the dangers of North Korea. And North Korea is way more of an imminent threat. So anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.